Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now August 8th of 2022, and not only are we getting closer to Star Wars Andor, but we're also getting closer to other Star Wars TV shows out there like Bad Batch 2, as well as Tales of the Jedi, which by the way I think is going to be a far superior animated show than the Bad Batch, just my take on things. So we have The Mandalorian Season 3 still slated for February of next year, as long as no setbacks are going to be made in between from now until then. And looking forward past all of that, we also have the Ahsoka Tano series, which Dave Filoni talked about this more yesterday, that it is going to have a lot of surprise cameos in there and a lot of revelations that are going to impact the Skywalker saga, so to speak. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the new Star Wars universe is that we have, of course, George, John, and Dave all working together as a team to really drag in a lot of Star Wars legends and to make all of that canon. We're talking about stories from Dark Empire, Shadows of the Empire, the New Jedi Order, and a lot more to arrive as well. And a lot of that will be retold in the Ahsoka series and in the entire Mandoverse, so to speak, as well. So, with that being said, one thing that a lot of fans have been very skeptical over is, of course, the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. Now, a lot of fans have had a lot of problems with this series, and a lot of fans are still on edge as to why Disney is pursuing a Season 2 and a Season 3 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. We talked about this a couple of days ago, that this is indeed moving forward. It's still a ways out. It's still quite a ways out. We're not going to be seeing this thing next year or anything like that. Maybe, if we're lucky, 2024, and that's if they really get the ball rolling soon. But it is moving forward, it is in the cards, and we are going to be learning more about this at Star Wars Celebration next year. So, with that being said, however, with many new Star Wars TV shows now on the horizon for Disney and LUCASFILM, creators Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are beginning to develop brand new Star Wars TV shows that will expand off of Star Wars legends. Now, in a recent interview with actor Hayden Christensen about the Kenobi series, Hayden went on to surprisingly say some unexpected things to the Star Wars fandom. Now, stating the following to the community. He goes on to say, "I know it's been such a long time since I got in the suit as Vader, and since I got the chance to play Anakin Skywalker, and it has been a blast. But there is no doubt that we got a lot of criticism over the series, which sorta caught me off guard. I mean, I didn't expect everyone to like it. Not everyone likes everything, you know? But this backlash I saw really kind of scared me into thinking that I did something wrong with my performance, or maybe Ewan did something wrong with his. I don't know. I am aware that fans had some issues with characters like Reva by Moses Ingram and some of the others that they threw in there, and that they wanted more Vader. All I can say to the fans is I do apologize if my performance was off in this show, and if you felt you did not get enough Vader or the correct way Vader should have been used in the series. Myself and Ewan actually were pushing Kathy and Joby to do some pretty wild things with Vader that we had already made, that they were deleting from the series, and it just broke our hearts that they felt it didn't deserve to be in the show." Now let me just pause here quick for a second before we get on to the more, involved material of what Hayden goes over about Kathleen and about the Kenobi series. Now, first things first, Hayden has no need to apologize for himself or for his performance in the show. I thought he did a fantastic job. Some of you guys out there may disagree, but I think that he did a great job. Was he in it all that much? Not necessarily. I mean, if you really think about it, Hayden was not in the show all that much at all. He had a couple of scenes in the back to tank. He had the flashbacks, which were great and all, but if you bundle that all together, it kind of goes up to like a minute and change, give or take, maybe 2 minutes max. And then you have the moment where Vader's mask is cracked. So if you're really gonna bundle like everything together of where Hayden is actually like seen, like his actual face is shown, if you really bundle it all together, it's like under 10 minutes, if that. And I think that at the very least, Hayden deserved a lot more. And there was a lot more. There were a lot of scenes out there that involved Hayden, more specifically, more flashbacks connected to the Clone Wars era, which we talked about before in the past, of how they had Clone Wars era armor on, fighting different droids on a bridge, and how that bridge actually gets detached and falls into the ocean. We talked about this scene that was deleted, and it was only partially shot before they ended production for that. But on top of this, alright, one thing about Hayden here is that he is apologizing for something that he does not need to apologize for. He did a great job as Vader, but he is putting it out there that he's very sorry about the fact that they didn't have as much Vader as they had hoped. So he continues to actually say the following. I'm not sure if I'm at liberty to say what kind of scenes we had filmed, but they were very emotional for Vader, and I tried my best with Ewan to convince Kathy and Joby to keep all of these scenes in the series. We had so much leftover material that we could have made multiple additional episodes that could have created this whole other story, you know? I mean, it was going to be quite an amazing experience, and to see it all locked up on the cutting room floor kind of hurt my soul a bit. So I really do apologize if fans felt they wanted more Vader than what they got. And hey man, I agree, who doesn't want more Vader? But Kathy told me every time on set that Vader is to be used sparingly in the show. This is a figure in her mind that less is more, and that they did this with Rogue One and they wanted to do it with Kenobi. So there you go again, you know, Kathy holding by that philosophy or holding by that belief of less is more. Now, do I believe that less is more works in some franchises? Yes, such as Jaws. You know, you don't want the shark to be in the majority of the movie, that's for sure. But when you look at a show like Kenobi, where it's showcasing Kenobi himself, you have to showcase Vader for a very big part of the show. Now, yes, we got him in episode 3 in the suit, we got him in the back tank at the end of episode 2, and we got that major fight at the very end of episode 6. So I understand that, I know that, but what they should have done is that they really should have added more of the personal side of Vader, which they actually had filmed, and it all got deleted because of Kathleen Kennedy. In fact, Kenobi and Vader, at one point in time in the Kenobi series in the early cuts, had pretty equal amounts of screen time, where it was just going to constantly go back and forth between Kenobi and Vader, Kenobi and Vader. But when you look at the Kenobi series, right, it's more Kenobi and Reva. If you guys have noticed that trend, it really is more so like that. So, moving forward from that, now, he goes on to say, to me, the more the better. Haha, I never understood the whole less is more thing, but whatever. I just had a great time filming this thing, and I am sorry if the fans did not enjoy what they saw. But I am in the talks for something very surprising that I think the fans are going to appreciate that I really can't get into right now. It's all about the secrecy, so it just burns to keep everything inside without saying anything for the community. And I just want to thank everyone for being so loyal to me and to Ewan and to everyone. I wonder if that was an intended pun there, that it burns him to keep everything inside there. But anyways, everything related to what Hayden is saying here is that, yes, there was a lot more in the cards for the Kenobi series, and yes, he does feel very bad about what had happened with the scenes that ended up getting deleted, and how he's apologizing for something that he does not need to apologize for, about how he failed to convince Kathy about keeping those scenes intact, and how Ewan was trying to actually convince her as well, and he failed as well. So, overall, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.